Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Pete. Pete is from South Carolina in the USA. So let's see what Pete has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
There we go.
Oh, yes, now I can. Hello, Pete. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much. And again, I apologize for messing up the time. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. No worries.
Thanks so much for understanding. So, Pete, tell me where you're from.
Well, I'm currently living in South Carolina, but I'm grew up in Delaware mostly, but I was born in Connecticut. I'm Puerto Rican, and yeah, so I guess from all over.
So your parents they are Puerto Rico or
No, well, my dad passed away when I was like 2, so he's no longer living. My mom lives here in South Carolina where I live.
I see. And tell me a little bit about your day. How's your day been so far?
So far, so good. Woke up early as usual. Monday is my only day off from my 2 jobs, so
Mhm.
I normally take time to run errands and get things done on Monday. So that's been pretty much what my day was. I made a trip to the post office, went to the store, the bank. Yeah, all that normal mundane stuff.
Thanks again for taking the time on your day off for the interview. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you
So
for asking me.
the pleasure is all mine. Tell me about your job. You said you have 2 jobs. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yes, I work at Red Lobster and I work for Walmart. I've been with Red Lobster for now. I want to say like going on 7 years.
Hmm.
I've done every position from the bottom to even service manager. I did that for a little over a year, but I stepped down and I just work in the back of the house now to allow me to have more time to work 2 jobs. And then at Walmart, I work at the service desk where we do money services.
I see. And what do you like the most about your job?
Well, with Red Lobster, it feels like family. I've been with the company for so long, and I know a lot of the people for so many years. It just feels like home. That's why I went back because when I got promoted, I went to another location, and then I
Mhm.
left for a little while, and then I managed another restaurant for about a year. Um, and decided to come back just because it just feels like home. I'm very comfortable there, and um, I was able to get the schedule that I wanted to be allowed to work another job. So yeah, that's what I like about there. And working for Walmart, the crew is pretty fun. We have a good time, and the work is pretty easy.
I like your background. I like your picture on your left hand sides. Wow.
Thank you. It's the backdrop that I use for our me and my best friend. She lives in North Carolina, so we do a virtual show. We kind of started doing it during the pandemic because we obviously weren't working, weren't doing anything, and we did it for about a year strong. And then once I got promoted into management, I couldn't do it anymore because I was working 10 plus hour shifts every day, and I was driving an hour there and an hour drive back. So
Oh,
my days were at least 12 hours long on a good day. So couldn't keep up with it. And then that was one of the reasons why it was easy for me to step down because I'm like, I can go back to the hobby that I enjoy doing. But yes, every Monday, on my Facebook page, we go live at 10. We used to do it every day when
uh-huh.
during the pandemic because we had so much free time and it was fun. But now that we both work so much, we just limit it down to just one day a week. We go live on Facebook, and then we also have a segment called "What You Think" that we also post on our YouTube channel. Um, Sometimes we do get a little busy and we get slack and we don't post any content, but we try to stay consistent with it. Yeah, it's called Nighttime Tea with Pete and Leash. Her name is Leash. Um, it's her real name is Alicia, but she goes by Leash. She
Uh-huh.
also is a rapper and she does music. Um, so yeah, we will go live today since it's Monday at 10 o'clock on Facebook. If for anyone who would like to join in and watch. The show is basically we talk about any trending news or hot topics that may be going on locally, or celebrity gossip, anything that might strike our interest.
Mhm.
Sometimes we will review shows or movies that just came out. So we kind of keep it kind of a wide range of content and topics. Sometimes we've had people on the show to advertise their businesses, especially locally, because she's in North Carolina and I'm in South Carolina. Promote other people, other artists' music, local artists that we know, that kind of stuff.
I see. Yes, I made a note here of your YouTube channel for me to ask some questions about. So during the show, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your channel and about your life overall. Okay?
Okay.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life to share your point of views?
Yes.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So this is my best friend. Okay, full of wonderful questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Let's do it.
Okay.
I can see the Latin blood already coming up. I can see. Okay, Pete, during the game, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? All very
Okay.
friendly. First question for you is, what is your favorite guilty pleasure TV show?
That's a hard one because I have a few that are old time favorites of mine that I watch them religiously and they're old, right? But then I have some that I watch that are new. But if I have to say one, I would have to say I Love Lucy because it'll never get old for me. Like I've been watching it since I was a kid. I'm 35 years old now, and I still enjoy it like I did then. And I wish that I was alive when it was actually being taped and recorded, just because it's just you don't get that kind of content now. So if I had to choose one, then that would be it.
And when was the last time that you watched it?
Um, Probably a few weeks ago. Whenever I'm home alone, when my partner's at work or whatever, it's when I normally watch because he's not into it like I am. So when we're together, rewatch all the stuff that we like together because there's a lot of things he likes that I don't. So he watches that when I'm not around. So yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
Amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Pete, next question for you is, what do you think people need to know about each other before they start a relationship?
I feel like there's a lot of things you should know about each other, but for one, what I firmly believe is that you should always lay out what you're looking for. Because if you don't, then later down the line it makes it harder for you to get what you're looking for. You see what I'm saying? Because if let's say you're looking for someone that is ambitious or someone that is kind and loving and affectionate, and those are the things that you live for in a relationship, you should, day one or day two in a conversation somehow explain this is the things that I'm looking for in a person, and this is what, this is also my goal. Like right, like if you're into just casually dating, if that's in the where you're at in your life, you should say that,
Mm-hmm.
because then you might, and someone else that you might meet might be ready to settle down, and now you're wasting their time. So I feel like you should always be completely open and honest where you're at in life and what you're looking for. So if you're like 25 and not ready to, get married or find your life, long-term partner, then you should, like I'm just looking to have fun, get to know people, and just see where it goes. You should be completely honest on what you're looking for and your intentions. So and you can just hope that they're going to do the same for you.
I totally understand your point, and I agree as well because I think being the same page and also a open communication is the basic that you can have because As you said, imagine if you start a relationship and suddenly you're looking for something different, or you realize that other person, and you think, okay, I'm gonna kind of try to adjust myself, and it doesn't work like that. Be
Yeah.
open, be open, talk about, and I think I'm sure the person will appreciate as well, and maybe you can find a solution for both. But if you're not open or don't have this open communication, it's gonna crash one point, and it's gonna be quite hard.
And also, you have to be yourself, because I think a lot of people, when they
Totally.
meet people for the first time, they put up a facade of who they think they should present,
Absolutely.
and that's where also they're not really getting to know you; they're getting to know the person you're presenting. And I feel like that also, if you present yourself and come forward as your true, authentic self, you'll
Mhm.
cut a lot of wasted time, and people will get to know you for you from day one.
Absolutely, that's a very good point. Next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me, when when the idea came along about your YouTube channel? Tell me, walk me through the day when the idea just popped your head.
Well, actually, me and my best friend, we've been friends since middle school, right? And when I moved away to Pennsylvania, we kind of lost touch for several years. And through social media, we found each other, and been talking and rekindled ever since. Picked up almost like no time has passed. And I've always wanted to do some type of content type of show, but I never envisioned it to be a solo thing. Like me sitting on in front of a camera, just talking about content. To me, I just don't see it ever being that kind of show for me. Other people do it very well. For me, I want someone to mediate with. And she's always wanted to do something like that too. When we started talking about it, she mentioned it, and she was like, well, let's do it tonight. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, girl, no, like we have no preparation. I'm like, I'm too nervous. Like, I don't me go live, like, I don't know. She's like, yeah, let's just do it. And I'm
Wow.
like, "Oh, how and what?" She's like, we'll just go live on Facebook and do what we do now, because we're always on video chat anyways. And so I was like, okay, well, we'll just look at a few things that's like kind of trending right now, and we'll kind of make those as talking points. So we went on live on my Facebook. Our very first video, you can tell the girls, because it's literally my phone's propped up. I'm in my room. You see like my picture frames in the background. She's just sitting in her chair, and the lighting was horrible. But yeah, we went live. We did it for an hour. It was so fun. And then we were just like, well, let's just do it every day. And at the time, I was a server, so I got out in good time to make it home for us to be able to do it at 10 o'clock. We had a routine. I would kind of look for topics, send them to her, see which ones she wanted to talk about, which ones she would like. That's not really a good topic or whatever. We would just bounce ideas, and sometimes she would find things that we would talk about. And for a long time, it was growing, and we started out with just getting hundreds of views to then like 2K's views. And but
Oh,
then when I got promoted, we had to stop doing it. And then I feel like we're back at square one, trying to build the channel again, because with today's day and age, people's attention span are not, they're not going to come back and look for us a whole year later when we were gone for such a long time. But I just enjoy doing it. I don't do it for the views or the clicks, because I mean, we don't get paid for it. We just do it for the fun, and I enjoy making the memories with her. And we like talking about hot topics and trending news, and that's why we go live on Facebook, because we love the interaction with people. And sometimes things that people say in the comments may change the conversation to go somewhere else, and it's unpredictable, versus just staying on topics. We also do the pre-recorded segments where they're titled "What You Think," because we might just have one topic and we'll just talk about what we think about it. And just those are like maybe 15-minute videos. But the live is what I enjoy doing more, because it's interactive with people. And we also make people laugh, because we talk about the content, but we do it in a very kind of like funny, crazy way.
Tomorrow morning I will need to wake up quite early, around 4 o'clock more or less. So I'm 5 hours ahead. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of your show tomorrow morning. Let's see how if I can manage. It'll be
Well,
fun.
it's always on my Facebook page, permanently, so you can always catch it back. Um, I don't never delete them or whatever. So like I said, if you don't catch them when they're live, you can always review them back and leave a comment, heart the video, share the video if you like it. Yeah, so we we know that because especially it's on a Monday, it's really hard to catch people at 10 o'clock. Like I said before, we did it every single day. So um if you didn't catch it yesterday, you'll catch it today. So we had definitely a lot of more momentum going because of that. But it's really hard now that everything is back and running, because when we first did it, it was during the pandemic and we didn't work. Everything was closed. Everyone was at home. So people were looking for something to watch. So now it's kind of like, they catch us when they catch us. And it's fine because, like I said, we do it because we enjoy it. And I always look forward to Mondays. I try to get everything done early in the day. So come 10 o'clock, I'm ready. And, we have fun, we laugh, and yeah.
Amazing, very good. Next question is, what scares you the most about your future?
I would say that the fact that me and my partner don't have kids, so I feel like we don't have someone to live on our legacy. You know what I mean? Once we're done, like, because I have tons of nieces and nephews. I'm one of seven brothers and sisters, so I have a big family. But it's like, and so does he. But it's like, that's one thing that we don't have. But we also don't want kids, so it's something that we're choosing for ourselves. But it's like almost knowing that at a certain point, you know, we are all we have. Because when you grow old, your kids are supposed to come take care of you, nurse you, to make all those decisions for you when you can't. If most of my siblings are either a little older than me or close to my age, so when all stuff hits the fan, it's gonna be kind of happen to all of us. They have their kids when we don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the only thing that is the unknown of that aspect, because no matter how youthful a person can look or what have you, that doesn't change how your body's going to change internally. And at some point we all get frail and fragile at some point, no matter what. No matter how healthy you are and how good you take care of yourself, nothing can change time. So that's the only thing, I guess.
Yeah, I get your point, but at the same time as well, I would like to say that sometimes life give us surprise that you're not expecting, and you are so young as well. My goodness, so you have so many years ahead, and never know. Sometimes we meet people come on into our lives like friends with kids, and you never know how life can treat us. So yeah, but I understand your point. I totally understand. I think in the gay scene, I had someone on the show as well. He mentioned the same thing as well. He was like, "My God, really? When I get old, who's gonna look after me? My dog?" So
Yeah, because
it,
I
it,
have a lot of dogs and one cat, so yes,
so
that's
yeah.
what's to take care of me.
Next question, let's do it. All right, Pete from South Carolina. Next question is, tell me 3 fun facts about yourself.
Fun facts. Okay, well, I feel like when people see me, because this is what I've gathered my whole life, when people see me, they think that I'm either conceited, rude, or have a like don't talk to me kind of look, right? But in reality, I'm very welcoming, I'm very nice, I'm a very sweet person, I'm genuine, I'm sharing, like there's not a selfish bone in my body. I have a really good listening ear. So when people get to know me, they found out all those things. But when they initially see me, that's not what I project from what I'm told. And it just kills me because I'm like, I'm totally the opposite. But if a person doesn't get a chance to, don't let the look or the image stop them from wanting to talk to me or get to know me or befriend me, they will never get to know that I'm actually fun and funny and, pretty chill person.
Why do you think people have this concept about you if they just looking at you? What do you think is that?
I don't know. I've always asked that question. And when I ask people, they're just like, well, it's just the way you look. It's just, then they don't really have an answer to it. So I really don't know. But I've always gathered that when people get into, I'm like, a few weeks ago, because with Red Lobster, I only work in the mornings. And they had asked me to work at night, and I happened to not work at Walmart that night. So I was like, sure. And I happened to meet some new employees that I've never met before that didn't work with there before when I worked there. And they were like, well, we see you sometimes in the morning, but we didn't never talk to you because you just seem like you don't want to be bothered, or you look like you're a bitch and you're just gonna like yell at me or something. So I just don't say anything. And I'm like, really? They're like, but you're really funny and you're really cool. I like you. You should work with us more often. And I'm like, I don't understand why y'all would think that of me. I was like, I'm back there, doing my job, and I have my headphones in, so I'm kind of focused and I'm kind of quiet. But other than that, I was like, everybody else that does know me knows that I'm joking around. And that's how they noticed that I was such, had so much personality, because they see how I was interacting with the people who do know me. And they were just like, I would have never known. And I just never understood that. Even in high school, people who met me after the fact, they always tell me, well, I perceived you to be like conceited and stuck up, so I didn't feel the need to get to know you. And I'm like, well, that's the totally opposite, because that's not how I am. But I never understood why people think that. I don't have an answer, because I wish I could change the way I perceive, because I go around smiling. I don't frown. I'm pretty much have an upbeat type of personality, so I don't know.
I feel so much relaxed now you said that, because I got too late for the interview because I was scared of you. I was intimidated by you. I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, why?
I'm joking. Now I understand sometimes people, they make this conception about us, and it's quite common to happen in different ways. Sometimes they see someone, they think that just because maybe, they don't talk too much, they could be arrogant, or the other side, they're too shy. But when you get to see this person in a different way, you get surprised, as you know very well. Ready for another one?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, Pete, next question is, define yourself in a season of the year, and why?
I would have to say fall, because it's my favorite season. It's pretty chill. It's the best temperature. It has, the best holiday, Halloween, which is my favorite holiday to me. And it's the beginning of the holiday season to begin with. And my birthday is 3 days before Christmas. So it's like the beginning of it all. Perfect weather. It's beautiful outside. The fashion, it's better than summertime and spring to me. So yeah, if I had to describe me in a season, I would have to say fall.
I'm in the same boat as you, because it's my favorite season as well. The only problem sometimes is, as I'm a bit rocky now, I've been recovering off a cold and flu. And sometimes during this time of the year, I'm very easy to get a bit sick. But it's my favorite, so beautiful. It's not too cold, it's not too hot. You can wear your clothes a little bit like, like more, I don't know. It's something special about the colors as well around the street. And it's just magical. I understand. How are you going to celebrate Halloween this year?
Well, because it falls on a Monday, me and my best friend will be doing a live, and we kind of are doing a little competition on like who did it best. Because when I was younger, I used to do female impersonation, so it's not outlandish for me to do a costume in drag. Like last year, I was Cruella de Vil. So this year, we've decided to do the Mortal Kombat character Katana. And we're both going to be dressed in our version of Kitana, and we're kind of going to be like, who did it best kind of thing. We've been roasting and messing with each other all week on, did you get this? Did you get that? She doesn't know what mine looks like. I don't know what hers is going to look like. It's going to be kind of surprised when we go on live. We're going to be like, oh, wow, this is what you came up with. This is what I came up with. And yeah. And then, of course, we're going to be like, well, y'all out there who think get a rest. I mean, because we're both Capricorn, so we both think we're the best. So it's like we're never going to let each other outdo each other. So it's just like that's what the kind of banter we have. So it's just a whole thing.
My sister is Capricorn, and I feel like I'm talking to her through your words now. Which you said was just 3 days before Christmas, you said.
Yes.
22nd.
Yes.
She's 22nd as well, if I'm not wrong, because I've got another good friend, is 20th. So yes, it's 22nd as well.
Yeah, because the 22nd is the first day of Capricorn. And wow. It ends, I want to say it ends January 19th, but don't quote me on that. Because I'm not a January Capricorn, I'm a December one, so I don't know.
Next question. Before the next one, tell me how was growing up as a gay boy? Did you have the support of your family? And also, how is being gay the place where you live right now? Do you feel safe? You can be yourself 100%?
Okay, for me, I didn't come out till I was like 16, right? So anytime before that, I feel like it was hard for me to fit in just because I didn't know myself. So it's like, if you don't know yourself, you can't really be yourself around others. So I wouldn't say that I had a bad childhood in the sense of me being gay. I just felt like I just didn't know myself, right? But once I came out, my family has been supportive. I mean, my mom has been to my drag shows when I used to do them when I was younger. She, was there when I would do my pageants or even give up my titles. She's, they've met every partner that I've ever dated. They love my partner now. I mean, it's so normal for us. Like, it's not, I don't know what it's like to not to be able to be myself with my family because it's so normal for us. Like, I'm just me. It's not like I'm the gay brother. I'm just their brother, and I'm just who I am. And I've always been me. I've always been a little different, but that's what they love about me. I mean, yeah, it's so normal. Like, my nieces and nephews, I'm around them like it's normal. Like, in my family, I don't know what it's like to be like, there are some people that grow up and their family's like, don't be gay around this people, or don't be this in front of the children, or, no, my family's not like that. I never dealt with that. So I don't know what it's like to be rejected because of being gay, because it was always like pretty normal for me. And I'm the only one out of 7 brothers and sisters, so it's fine. None of my brothers and sisters have an issue with it. All of them hang out with me the same. They all love me the same. They treat me the same like they treat each other. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm let's only talk to you. Like, no, I'm literally accepted everywhere I go for who I am. It's not like I'm just tolerated. I'm completely accepted. I'm completely myself. Like I said, I could be in full flesh drag in front of my mom and it won't be an issue. Like, she actually, when I first started doing this, she advocated for me to do it more because she saw how much money I was making back then. And she was like, yeah, do it more. So, that's just how it is with my family. It's never been an issue. The only thing, like I said, for me, it was, I regret not really coming to terms to myself when I was a lot younger, because I feel like I would have loved to have that, memory of having a boyfriend in high school or something like that. But because I didn't really know myself, that's not the existence I lived back then. So those are my regrets. But again, it wasn't like I was shunned or, shut out because I was gay. No, it was just normal and fine. The only thing my mom did was she thought she did something wrong that made me gay. But once I explained to her, that's not how it works. You're just going to be who you are. And she was fine with it. We had one conversation, and that's when I was like 16 years old. And it was all fine.
Amazing. Next question is, tell us something that you have done that you feel very proud of yourself.
That's a really good question. What am I really most proud of? I would have to say, I'm most proud of that I'm the age that I am, and never been tempted to go like the wrong path. And what I mean by that is, you know, in our community, it's very easy to go down the play hard, party hard crowd and ruin your life very easily. We see it all the time. I was so grateful that, because I feel like because of the way I grew up, being so accepted, that I didn't have to yearn or look for that acceptance elsewhere. Um, and also the fact that I had a lot of uncles and stuff that abused drugs and stuff. So to me, seeing how their lives was, I always was like, I didn't want to be a part of that. So I'm proud to say that, even though to most crowds, when they say, well, I've done this and that, I'm like, well, I haven't. I didn't decide to live that hard life. So I think that I'm really proud of myself for never being a follower, just always being true to me, and being strong enough to be the only one in the crowd to not want to do something just because I knew that that's not what I wanted to do. And you know, I'm looking at some people and where their lives are at now, and you know, it's sad to say, but you know, it's based on the choices they made, and I feel like I made the right choices to never do that.
Amazing. Very good. 3 questions left for you, Pete. Let's do it. Next question is, do you think your priorities have changed since you were younger?
Absolutely. When I was younger, I wouldn't say all I cared about, but what was important to me was just to be around all my friends, and you know, and just have fun, like go out, travel, and you know, do things. Like, yes, I was always so responsible, you know, person, but I just had a sense of like fearlessness, that it was like, you know, if it was Friday and I still had to work Saturday morning, but it's early Friday, we're gonna make a trip to the fucking beach, 4 hours there and 4 hours back, and just make, you know what I mean? It was just very spontaneous, very like, it didn't matter what was going on. I still made it to work, but it didn't care. Like, I didn't think that, you know, what if our car broke down and I didn't make it to work? Like, that's not responsible, but it didn't matter. The just the freedom and the fearlessness to just do whatever, without worrying about, you know, doing what I needed to do. You know, because sometimes I felt like, at this day and age, I don't go out. I'm such a homebody. I don't do anything. I'm very kind of antisocial. I have my 3 friends that I talk to, and that's about it. Back then, had a tons of roommates, lived around a lot of people, and hung out with a lot of people. And we were always doing something, always at the club, doing a show or supporting somebody in the show. There was just a lot of going around, and I feel like that's where I'm different. I don't do none of that anymore. I'm so antisocial. I don't go to nothing. People invite me to stuff, I always say no. I'd rather be home. Like now, actually, I so much so that I want to have a remote job. Like that is my next step. I want to work from home so I can also do more, focus more on my channel and stuff, and be work from home. That's my next goal.
That's what I call aging wiser. That's what I call like very clever of way of aging, and totally understand. I think when we were 20s, as you said, we just do it. Whatever comes, just do it. But when you get older, you think twice and you prioritize other things as well. That's how it works. 2 questions left for you. Let's do it. Hey, Pete, next question is, describe yourself in 1 positive word and 1 negative word only.
I'm gonna be like funny and say fabulous, just because I say that all the time, but I'm really not exactly fabulous. It's just something that I always say. It's even a nickname for one of my coworkers at Real Life that calls me that. He doesn't call me Peter, he calls me Fabulous or Fab. So I've always joke around and say I'm fabulous, you know. It's just one of my little catchphrases, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say I'm fabulous. And my negative one is that I am I am stubborn. Like if I see it this way or see it, that's my opinion. I am sticking to it no matter what you say, no matter what data has been proven. I don't, I'm always kind of think I'm right. So that's gonna be my negative.
So Capricorn, my God, 100% Capricorn.
Yes, I'm very stubborn.
I grew up with a Capricorn with me every single day, so I know exactly what you mean. Exactly, I know. The biggest crush that you had between me and my sister was that I spent so much energy of myself trying to explain a different way, but no, she said this is the right, and I was like, okay, it's impossible to fight against you. Ready for the last one?
Yes.
Let's do it. Last question. But before the last question, as I could see your eyes shining talking about your partner, tell me what's the most beautiful lesson you've learned from him so far?
I will say patience. Like, because normally in past relationships, I would just be like, "Hey, this is my way. I want it. I know what's right. Let me do it. It's this." And with him, I've learned patience and to take the back seat sometimes. Taking the back seat doesn't mean that you're not in charge, or not, maybe that's not the words that I'm looking for, but doesn't mean that.
You lost something.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like I love being the supportive role. I love being able to just sit back and let it happen, just because he's so good to me, and he's the best partner I've ever had. Like, we have such a bond and so much respect and love for each other that it's something I've never had before, and I would never take it for granted. And I feel like because I love him so much, that it allowed me to be able to be more patient and allow him to take the lead in certain things and let him teach me. And because I used to be such a control freak, like, not where I control people, but I would just always wanted my surroundings to be a certain way, and do things a certain way, and be on a certain time schedule, and he broke me out of a lot of that.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Last question is, what's the happiest day in your life so far, and why you consider that?
My happiest thing in my life?
No, the happiest day in your life so far.
My happiest day. I would say one of the happiest days that I had so far in my life was well, it was more than a day, but I would say when me and Chris went to Disney the second time. We He goes all the time, so I've only went with him twice, but he goes all the time. We actually want to move to Florida, partially because we'll be in Orlando right there next to it, but um, he goes like 4 times a year, every year. Um,
Oh,
but I can't always do that because they're not selling annual passes now, so it's not very lucrative for me to be going on that many trips. And we have too many animals now for me to just leave them with so many people. So it just becomes where, like, we can't always go, but like twice, or maybe twice a year together. But anyways, I would say the second time, just because I've already have been there once, so now I kind of already knew what to expect. We kind of knew what to do. It, when we're there, it's just like no care in the world. We're having the best time of our lives, just me and him. Because that's one of the beautiful things about a relationship. We don't really need to be like with others. Like, when I'm with him, I'm pretty much always just want to be around him at the house, or just doing stuff together. Other than my friends, 3 friends, I'm very satisfied with just being around him. And yeah, when we went to Disney, we drove down there together. We were just there every single day at the park, just him and I, and it was one of the best weeks of my life. So I would have to say that.
oh, very sweet. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. Family.
Love.
One word for money.
Bills.
Life.
The first word that comes to me when you say life, I say once, because you only live once.
Sex.
Fun.
How about love?
Everything.
Politics.
Not interested.
One word for religion.
I just believe in higher power, like spiritual. I believe in God, but more in the spiritual sense, not the biblical sense. So yes, I would say spiritual, because whatever is your higher power, whatever you believe in, that's your your beliefs. Everyone's valid to their beliefs, and I don't feel like anyone should ever push their beliefs on others.
Fear.
My biggest fear is heights and being collapsed on.
Ooh. One word for friendship.
Best.
How about desire?
I feel like desire is synonymous with greed.
Okay.
I feel like it's very synonymous with greed, because people would desire too much.
I know what you mean. Regret.
The past.
Success.
The future.
Good one. Wish.
Fortune.
Happiness.
Love.
One word for Delaware.
Childhood.
One word for South Carolina.
Adulthood.
One word for USA.
Crazy.
And the last one, define in one word this beautiful project that you do with your friends every Monday live on Facebook. If you could define this show in one word, what that would be?
Laughter. Because that's the whole purpose of us doing it. We definitely talk about hot topics and trending news to inform people, but also to give our opinions on it, but also to do it in a fun way. We joke with each other, and we joke on whatever the topics are. Like, we make comments and just we're there to make people laugh, entertain, and when people watch it, they are entertained by us, whether it's what we say or what we're talking about, or the music that we play. Yeah, some are entertained by just us being crazy, because we definitely like to put each other on blast, because she's never really on time, and I like to put her on blast about it. So, but she likes to pretend that it's me, and it's so funny. So it's just a whole act that we have. And yeah, anyone who watches the show, they'll pick up on it, because she's like a sister to me. So there's no boundaries, and it's 100% love and respect there. So yeah, and we're very overprotective of our friendship. We don't really care for the extra friends. So it was like, it's us. Don't be on the phone with other people too long, be on the phone with me, kind of thing. That's because like we're, she's the first best friend that I've ever had, since middle school. So it's just like there's no friend like her, and they'll. I have other best friends too, but she's just known me the longest, and she's number one. Well, I guess it's okay because my other best friend is a guy, and so they don't they. It's like two different scales. One's here, right? And they know that. But I think if they were both guys or both girls, it would be a problem.
Oh, for sure, that's for sure. Pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely partner for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, what is the most beautiful thing about Pete, and what's something that he still needs to work on to improve on? What your partner would say.
He would say that I'm very sweet and loving, and affectionate. But what I need to work on is my stubbornness and um, being more organized.
Ooh.
Just because in around the house, like I feel like I'm more of the detail cleaner type of person, right? But I don't care if the item is here or here. In his mind, it has to go here because it's more organized with everything. To me, it's like as long as it's put up, right? So that's gonna say the thing he's gonna say that I need to work on because I on the other, like I said, if it's up, it's up. I don't care if it's on the left side, right side, and that's just I guess my masculine mentality in some ways. I don't care.
Sweet, sweet one. Let's play now, Pete, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, you can ask me a question now.
So, since you're from the UK, what is your nationality? I guess.
Right, so I'm originally from Brazil,
Okay.
and I left Brazil when I was 19 years old. It's been 20 years since I left Brazil. I lived in Portugal for 5 years before moving to the UK, and but I've been the longest in Europe. I've been in the UK, and yes, I'm like you. I've got different backgrounds. I've got different backgrounds. My grandmother from my mom's side, actually, she's not Brazilian. She's from Paraguay. Um, so yeah, I've got Italian, I've got African, I've got Portuguese, I've got Polish as well. So my whole family is very mixed. So yeah, that's where I'm originally from.
That's why your accent, you have such a thick accent. Me, on the other hand, I'm Puerto Rican, but don't have no accent at all. I've always wanted one, but it just didn't work out, and that's okay. Um, Now, so what time is it there? Because I'm trying to figure out. You said you're 5 hours away.
Yes, so right now it's 8 past 8 in the evening.
Oh, it's late. It's early here. It's only 3 o'clock. 3:08.
You
Yeah.
consider yourself to be more of a day or night person?
Um. Well, I love the night, right? I prefer nighttime. I love night. It's so beautiful at night, right? But I say that I'm a morning person too, just because I like to get up early and get things
Mhm.
done. When I was younger, I used to love sleep in and just be up at night. But now, like, I feel like I like to take advantage of more of the time that I get. So, and with all of my animals, I always get up early, anyways, even on my day off. So sleep in, who does that? Never me.
I'm curious now, how many animals do you have?
I have now I gotta count. Okay, I have one cat and 9 dogs.
9 dogs.
Yes, and one cat.
Ooh, how old is the youngest and how old is the oldest?
Oh, I don't know how old Molly is per se, because she was Chris's dog before we got together. But I want to say she's a good 10 plus years, and then Ruby's about 6. Talia is maybe 5. Tippy's 4, and then the Bella's maybe also 4 because she was my niece's dog that Chris convinced me to take in as well. And the puppies, well, they're not really puppies per se no more, but they were all born in April. One was born on April 1st, and then the rest were born on April 15th.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, because it was one of our female dogs had one puppy, and then my the dog had 7, but we only end up keeping 3. Not intentionally, because we would only give them away to someone that we knew and that was gonna take care of them. And we gave one of them away, but then they were trying to post on Facebook to get rid of her again. So we didn't understand the disconnect with the puppy. So we're like, no, just give us back to us. We'll take her. Like we weren't giving her away because we didn't want, ideally having so many dogs is not what we wanted, because we had enough. But it's like we rather have them here than know that they're going to some place that's not going to be taken care of. Like that's just, I can't do it. Most people always tell me you have too many just to give them away. I'm like, I just can't do that. I cannot just give my dog away to someone that I don't know. It's going because I don't like people who chain their dogs and leave them outside 7 days a week all year long. Like that's cruelty to me. I don't like that. I hate the fact that I have to, put them in their room when I go to work. I think that's cruelty, but I have to because not some of my house will be tore up. And I don't want that to happen. So yeah, but it's just I just don't believe in leaving dogs outside like that.
Now I understand why you cannot go to Disney World very often. Now I
Yes,
understand
because
very
I don't trust just anybody, even with my family. Like I trust them, but even when I have them, my dogs, I'm calling them. Did you do this? Did you do that? Like,
well.
when was the last time you fed them? Did you refill their water bowl? Like I don't care if there's still water in it. Change it. Like I'm real particular, so it's like I'd rather like know that they're okay than Also, I don't like to burden people because it's a lot of them, so they're very overwhelming with just dealing with them. And I know that because I'm their owner, it's easier for me. But yeah, they can be a handful when you're only one person. I only got 2 hands, so I can't random them all up, and they have different personalities. But I'm used to it at this point.
Sweethearts, that's what you got. It's very sweet and kind heart. Did you enjoy the interview?
I did. It was so much fun. It was funner than I expected. I was really didn't know what to expect because I watched a few of your other videos, and I'm like, well, the questions aren't the same, so I didn't, wasn't gonna be like, okay, let me know that this is the question that's gonna be asked of me. But I did notice that it was everyone around the world. So I guess my question to you is, what made you select me?
Because I knew you had 9 dogs. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I strongly believe that everyone around the world, we have a story to tell. I believe that everyone, it doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter how you've been raised, it doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter what you've been through. All of us, we have something to share around the world. And I think for sure, people out there's always someone they're going to connect with you for some reason, or because the way you talk, or because the way you've been raised, or just because a life event that you went through in a positive or negative way, because you laugh, because you cry, or anything. So I strongly believe that people, the show is about being yourself. The show is about you show yourself and connect with people around the world. And I'm so lucky that to connect with so many people around the world, doing interesting people, sharing their lives. And in the end of the day, we are literally making memories. Can you imagine, like in 10 years time, watch this interview and you have already like 20 dogs instead of 9? Imagine. I'm joking.
I hope not. No, unless I have a big compound, then that I would be okay with it because I love animals. But
you never know. You might be running like one of those how they call those places for dogs, like a big you never know. Anyway, it was just an example, but yeah, so I think it's I'm so fortunate to have so many interesting people around the world. And thanks so much, Pete, to take your time on a day off. I have no idea. I think nowadays we are so busy with our time, with our life, everyone. And when someone take their time to share a dream with me, like, my goodness, it's for me, it means a lot, because even though like in your day off, my goodness, you could be doing something for yourself, something for your dogs, or something for your life, but you took this hour for this moment. So thank you very much. Appreciate that. I really, really appreciate, and I wish all the best for you, for your partner and your dogs, your family. And it's so nice to connect with someone that with this beautiful energy, sharing this nice energy around the world.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate you reaching out and allowing me to be on your platform. Maybe one day I'll reach out. If you ever want to be on my platform, you're more than welcome to, and advertise your platform on mine. I had such a good time. I didn't even know an hour already went by, but it has. That's how much fun I've had. And I think it's really cool what you're doing. You are talking to people all over the world. I think it's so cool. Like every video is like literally somewhere completely different. And I'm just like, wow, you must be really connected. I'm like, because everyone's from everywhere. And at first I was like, wow, I'm going to be the only one that doesn't have an accent. I'm like, everyone's from somewhere cool. I'm from like lame ass South Carolina, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm glad. Hope you guys enjoyed me. If y'all want to see more of me, check out my YouTube channel, Nighttime Tea with Pete and Leash. We also do our What You Think segments on there, or follow me on Facebook, Peter Rodriguez. We go live on every Monday at 10 o'clock. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. And I look forward to watching more of your videos. And like I said, you're welcome to come on our platform at any time.
I will, for sure. It will be a pleasure to spend some time with both of you to share a bit of your beautiful energy. I can't wait. But before you go, Pete, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
I would have to say that, be yourself. This is only one life that you get. And I feel like, especially in this day and age with social media and stuff, everyone's so pressured to be perfect and, like the celebrities and like everyone else that you see on TV, but you waste your time, chasing something that's not really obtainable, and you look back and for wasted time. You don't get to do your life over again. You only have it once. So really be yourself, create the life that makes you happy, regardless of what it is, whether it's simple life or, a grand life, whatever it is, go for it, create the life that you love. And for those gay people out there that are not being supported or loved by the loved ones around you, don't think that that's going to be your life forever, because you will start meeting amazing people and friends that will feel like family to you. And, I know that everyone's not fortunate enough like me and have the accepting family that I have. Like, I'm not naive to know that everyone didn't have my existence. So I always like to remind them that they may not have been welcoming to you, but don't worry, in life you will meet amazing friends and people that will love you and, will be like your new family. So please don't let the dark times define you, because it's not always going to be dark.
You're never alone out there. There's always someone who can help you out somehow. Thank you so much, Pete. Regards to your family, to your partner, and you keep in touch, okay?
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.